afternoon, whatever it is. So I posted a video about, ignore my washing machine, it sounds like a jet airplane. Posted about the mace and the mouse. Had gone into my mason bees and had eaten a bunch. These are the empty straws. These all would have had a white cardboard thing in it. And these are where, see where that is? That's where the cocoons are. And so these go inside here. And so, you know, you can buy those cute little houses with the little bamboo reeds. But the problem is like, so inside this tube, you're going to have several cocoons. So the queen will come, the girl will come in and she'll lay an egg for her little larva, put pollen in there, and then seal it with a little mud wall. And she's going to lay another egg, put more pollen in there, and seal another wall. Well, what happens is if this one dies up here and doesn't chew through that, the rest of these are going to die. So anyway, here's the mess that the mouse left to me. That was in the bottom of all the jars. So I have two. I cleaned one already, and then those just slide in there. I like these because I can reuse them. This can go right in the dishwasher, which is where it will go, so that I don't have to worry about like any of the bugs and stuff being in there. So these are the ones I was able to save from the last container. And what you're washing off is you're washing all that off, and I think I see the little hole on this one? I don't know if you can see that hole. That is normally a type of miniature fly that likes to, not a fly, a wasp, that will eat the baby that's in there. And it looks like it's already gone in there. Because I don't think it was warm enough here for that to... So I'll set those two aside. I'll put those in a different spot. Because what I don't want is these wasps, and they're teeny tiny wasps, to know where these bees are. Because I don't want them to eat all my larvae. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake some of this out. And I have to go through here and see if there's any cocoons that weren't eaten. And you can see it just sat in there and pulled them out and ate each little... I didn't know mice would eat that stuff. I mean, I suppose... I mean, I know my chickens would have, but and you can see they just chewed up everything. These little buggers. Now, he didn't get to finish it, so I hope he starved last night. Okay, so those don't have anything in them. I'm going to take, set these good cocoons here. Anyway, so when you wash these cocoons, what we're doing is we're washing off any fungus or bacteria, killing off any parasites that could be on there. And as you can see, I guess it didn't like all of them because it didn't eat all of the pieces. It looks like it left some heads maybe. It didn't like the heads. Ugh, I hate rodents. Yeah, so anyway, that's what you're going to pick through there. So I start, out of that other container, I didn't get any. I didn't get any little cocoons that mouse didn't eat. So here you can see this one's coming out, right there. And then here's where I've pulled one out, right here. And then this is just how you twist it. I don't know if I can do it this way. Let's see if I can set you up so you can see what's going on. So you can see. My finger's off there. So this is you're gonna, and I'm trying to do this left-handed. You untie this, just twist it off. And you can see right there is a cocoon. See the little mud on the end of it? So that's the mud. And I just take that cap off so it's easier for me to clean. Okay, that's going to go in the garbage. And then you're going to, I don't know how people do this without having, I'm going to be all over my stove, but that's kind of gross. That's actually really gross. So, what we're going to do is we're going to twist this off. See how you just twist it just like that. And there is a cocoon. And now I like to try and wipe off as much as I can. This is all the stuff, the dirt, and I guess the poop from the larva, because of course it's a larva and then it goes into the pupa state, spins the cocoon and goes to the pupa state. And so this is the stuff that you're going to clean off when you clean these eggs. And it is like 1 part bleach to like 10 parts water. It's just a little tiny bit of bleach because all you're really trying to do is kill the fungus and stuff. And then you're just going to keep unwinding this until you get to the part where, see, there's another one. So that little mouse somehow was able to, I don't know how, because it just chewed it. And then, you know, these things are not easy to get out. I mean, some of these, if you see how it's stuck down in there, I have to get a corn holder, and you have to like try and dig the paper out to get it started, and then you pull it out, and sometimes they get stuck. So, oh my goodness, that little mouse was able to get in there and get all these out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all I had. I got 8 out of probably, oh, I don't know, 30, maybe 40. And he ate all the rest. And in each one, you can get like anywhere from 2 to 4 or 5 of your little cocoons. And so, as you can see, they're not that easy to get out. So that mouse ate all that. And I know mice are predators. I just didn't realize they were. Wait, it might be. Oh, I have 1 more. I got 9. That was in the other. You see, and that little mouse had no problem. I mean, I have sat and worked on sometimes. It takes me several minutes to get these little white cardboard. So when you go and you're going to get mason bees and you're thinking about it, if you buy those really cute, pretty little houses, make sure that you're going to be able to fit this white cardboard into those tubes they have. And most of the time they're bamboo. And you can use bamboo, but every spring you're going to have to go and take a drill with a bit long enough to go all the way back into that hole to drill it out and to clean it out. If you don't, you're going to have them dying and they're not going to reuse it. They don't reuse the same hole over and over every year if it gets dirty and filled with stuff. They're just not going to. So with these, you buy these. You can buy them together, the brown cardboard with the white paper insert, or you can just buy white inserts and reuse the cardboard until the cardboard gets icky, which is what I do because it's easier. Sometimes these are hard to find. You're going to have to go, I like to go online and look. Bee companies are starting to get better about doing these type of pollinators because they don't make honey. You don't have to worry about the murder hornets. Of course, I'm way up north, so I don't have to worry about that anyway. But these, where did I find these? I found these at a store in Washington, a nursery, and I like them because they're plastic and they stay brown. I've had one of these I have had for since 2000. Let's see, I went Master Gardener training in 14, so probably 2012 I bought one. I had it. Did it come with mason bees? I don't think it did. I set it out and I got mason bees. And then the next season I did this. 2 years later, I had so many mason bee babies that I had to buy a second one. And when I went back last year, the year before to buy, I can't find these kind. They've got PVC pipes, but I don't like the white PVC. I just don't like the way it looks. And some people, maybe they like the way it looks. Maybe you want to spray paint it. You could spray paint it a bright pink or yellow or whatever color you wanted to make it pretty. You could just, paint them, I don't know, wrap some sort of cute duct tape. You could do all sorts of stuff to decorate them. But I just like the way this is because I like to bring it in if I'm rushed for time and it's starting to get cold or I need to bring them in, I could just grab this off the tree and put it in the refrigerator, or I could put this in the cold garage, or I can take it out of the refrigerator and set it outside, get them started. So it's just much easier for me to only do this once and put them away. So what I'm going to do when these are empty, when I get all these clean, is I'm planning on cleaning up the cocoons, and I'll stop this and then try and add on and show you how you're going to clean your cocoons. And then from there, I'm going to show you how to fill those if I can find my white sticks. I need to find all that stuff. I'm not exactly sure where it is because I'm still unpacking. If not, I'll have to make a separate video, but I was hoping that I'd be able to put it all in one. But then what I do is I take these cocoons, pretend they're all washed, and I put them in the bag. And this is going to hang on the side of my barn, just like this. I put the cocoons in the back, and then I stack, pretend these are the full ones, like this. So they stick out like that. Now my baby cocoons are going to be in the back there. And as you can see, there's plenty of room for them. And I leave this sticking out so that my cocoons, and I don't fill it up all the way. I leave probably 1/4 of an inch at the top. So when my babies hatch, those cocoons that are going to be behind the tubes, they can crawl up the tubes or crawl through the tubes and then fly away. And then when they come back, they're going to see that the new ones are open for them and they can go in there and lay those eggs. So then when I'm done, in the fall when I bring them in, what I do is I simply pull these out, because these are going to be full, just like you're going to store them. I pull these out, dump all the stuff out of here, because this is old cocoons from last year, and then you can store them like this until it's time to bring them in and wash them. Now, depending upon where you are, you don't want them to hatch early, so I normally take mine out. In Washington, it was January. January was the month you were supposed to do it. It's March, the middle of March here, but it's still cold. I mean, there's nothing blooming, not even dandelions. So I guess I would start to worry around dandelion time about thinking about bringing them in and cleaning them, put them in your fridge so that they're not out there when you don't want them out there. When you keep them in your fridge, you get to determine how long it takes. It's going to take them probably 4 or 5 days to hatch and come out of their cocoon, so they need to warm up, and that will wake them up out of their hibernation. Then they'll eat their way out of their cocoon, and then they'll start working. So you want your apples or your cherries or whatever you want these for to be pollinating. You're going to want these to be out there at that time of year. So you got to kind of pay attention to what your trees are doing and what your weather is doing. Back in Washington, I had a plum tree. I never put them out for the plums because the plum tree bloomed the earliest. And many, many times I lost my plums for the season because we get a cold frost or we'd get snow and it would just completely kill every blossom I had on the plum tree. And after the first couple times it did that, I knew every spring whether or not I was going to have plums. And some years when we didn't get that late cold frost or late cold freeze, we were fine. But then other times, made a pretty picture to have snow on those plum blossoms, but sure was not good for plums because you're not going to get any plums. So I will try and get this all on one video and finish and show you what I'm doing, but I'm going to have to go look for my tubes, and I don't think I'm going to find them because I don't remember coming across them yet, which means they're a box in the garage. And as you saw earlier on the previous video, the garage is just full of boxes, and I started labeling really well when we were moving, and then it got to the end where I was just throwing things in boxes and not even labeling, so hopefully it's in there. Anyway, there's that for today. I'll try and save it and see how much more I can show you. So I was able to find, look, I have one that I bought previously that I haven't even opened yet. This is how it came to me. Of course, it was in a box. And these simply go on, yeah, like that. Oh, wrong way. They slide on anyway. So it comes this way. So we have to get this popped open. Ooh! There we go. This is how it comes to you. Just like that. See? And this is how you can buy a box of the refills. And these are simply the whites that go in there. We fill it. So I have 3. I won't use this one this year. It's brand new. It's still nice and clean. And I think this has got where you can order, and will they send you some mason bees? Let me see what it says. Plan B, mason bee habitats. Installations, so like the south side, the life cycle, general information. That's where I got it from. Orcon, Organic Control Inc. OrconControl.com. So you can probably get a hold of them and order them. Very interesting though. This one I won't use because these I'll clean and use. I'll save that for next year because if they're all full, so this is what I got here. You can see I started washing. That's all I got from the 9, but if I'd have had all 40 of those full, you can imagine how many. I don't want to leave this too long. And see what all that stuff that's coming off? That's what you want to do. And they'll float. You're not going to kill them. And you put them in some clean water. Try and clean them off a little bit more. I try to use cool water. I don't want them waking up and flying around the house. There's nothing for them to pollinate right now. I don't think you could even get anything from them. As you can see, it gets kind of icky. Then you get some paper towel. Got napkins. And then I just take them off and dry them out like this. I like to let mine dry overnight. Like someplace cool, garage, something like that. See there. And you just continue to repeat your process until you get all of them cleaned up. That's the bleach one, so I should have shown you when I measured the bleach out. Some of them are larger than others. So you can agitate it with your fingers. And I think if I recall rightly, the big ones are the females and the little ones are the boys, but I'm not exactly sure anymore. It's been a while. And I didn't look it up and try and research it again. I should have before I got on here and told you guys all this stuff. But there is a mason bee in each one of those little jars. Or those little cocoons, jars. I still have jars on my mind. So there's that. There are a few more in here. Oh, there's one that got eaten. It's empty. That in the garbage. Ay, ay. These two. And that's it. That's all I've got. Wash all this stuff out when I'm done. Okay, wash them. Wash them, wash them, wash them, wash them, wash them up. So they're all clean. They're not clean like you're gonna, dishes eat off of them, but they're clean. They're no more like poopy and stuff on them. So I put these in here, dried them off on paper towel, then I put some paper towel in a little container. And when I first started doing this, I had to make sure everybody knew these weren't like some sort of weird thing I brought home from the health food store for someone to try and eat. I suppose you could eat them. I don't think they'd be happy eating them. But then I'm going to put these in the refrigerator because that's where they need to go. I could just stick them out in my garage because, like I said, it's cold in my garage. We're going to get above freezing. Maybe the low 40s. Maybe. But we're down into the teens at night. Now, if you seal this up, so you could put it that way, but if you seal it up, you're going to have to check and make sure that you don't get any like mold or anything in there. That will kill them for sure. You don't want mold on your mason bees. So I keep them in something like this. And I simply put them in my refrigerator, which is packed full of stuff right now. And there you go. Now once it starts getting warm, these I will reuse. I'm actually going to keep this container so I can put all my stuff in here. So that it's all in one place. So there you go. We saved some mason bees. I hopefully will be able to show you another video when I set them out, and then we'll try and get a video of them filling up the tubes. So there you go. Have a good day.